हेलो गाइस, मैं हूँ प्रतिभा और आप पहुँच चुके हैं अपनी फेवरेट एनसीईआरटी द बायोलॉजी। सो इसमें हम चैप्टर 20 देखने वाले हैं। सो लेट्स गो। चैप्टर नंबर 20, लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट. So, movement is one of the significant feature of living being. Animal and plant exhibit a wide range of movements. Streaming of protoplasm in the unicellular organism like amoeba is a simple form of movement. Movement of cilia, flagella, tentacle are shown by many organisms. Human being can move limbs, jaw, eyelid, tongue, etc. So some of the movement result in change of place or location. Such a voluntary movement are called locomotion. Walking, running, climbing, flying, swimming are all some form of locomotory movement. Locomotory structure need not be different from those affecting other type of movement. For example, in paramecium, cilia help in the movement of food through cytopharynx and in locomotion as well. Hydra can use its tentacle for capturing its prey, and also use them for locomotion. We use limb for change in body posture and locomotion as well. The above observation suggests that movement and locomotion cannot be studied separately. The two may be linked by stating that all locomotion are movement but all movement are not locomotions. What? All locomotions are movement but all movements are not locomotion. Method of locomotion performed by animal vary with their habitats and the demand of the situation. However, locomotion is generally for search of food, shelter, mate, suitable breeding grounds, favorable climatic conditions, or to escape from enemies or predators. So now 20.1, types of movement. Cells of the human body exhibit three main types of movement, namely amoeboid, ciliary, and muscular. Three main types: amoeboid, ciliary, and muscular. So now some specialized cell in our body like macrophages and leukocytes in blood exhibit amoeboid movement. It is affected by pseudopodia formed by the streaming of protoplasm as in amoeba. Cytoskeletal elements like microfilament are also involved in amoeboid movement. Ciliary movement occur in most of our internal tubular organs which are lined by ciliated epithelium. The coordinated movement of cilia in the trachea help us in removing dust particle and some of the foraging substance inhaled along with the atmosphere air. Passage of ova through the female reproductive tract is also facilitated by the ciliary movement. Movement of our limbs, jaw, tongue, etc. require muscular movement. The contractile property of muscles are effectively used for locomotion organism. Locomotion require a perfect coordinated activity of muscular, skeletal, and neural system. In this chapter, you will learn about the types of muscles, their structure, mechanism of their contraction, and important aspect of skeletal system. Now 20.2, that is muscle. Muscle is a specialized tissue of a mesodermal origin. About 40 to 50% of the body weight of human adult is contributed by muscle. They have special properties like excitability, contractility, extensibility, and elasticity. Muscles have been classified using different criteria, namely locomotion, appearance, and nature of regulation of their activities. Based on their location, three types of muscles are identified: skeletal, visceral, and cardiac. So now skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle are closely associated with the skeletal component of the body. They have a straight appearance under the microscope and hence are called striated muscles. As their activities are under the voluntary control of the nervous system, they are also known as voluntary muscles too. They are primarily involved in locomotory action and change of the body posture. Visceral muscle are located in the inner wall of a hollow visceral organ of the body like the alimentary canal, reproductive tract, and etc. They do not exhibit any striation and are smooth in appearance. Hence, they are called smooth muscle, non-striated muscles. Their activities are not under the voluntary control of the nervous system and are therefore known as involuntary muscles. They assist, for example, in the transportation of food through the digestive tract and gamete through the genital tract. Transportation of food to the digestive tract and gamete through the genital tract. As the name suggests, cardiac muscles are muscles of heart. Many cardiac muscle cells assemble in a branching pattern to form a cardiac muscles. क्या है कि कार्डियक मसल आर द मसल ऑफ हार्ट. मेनी कार्डियक मसल सेल असेंबल इन अ ब्रांचिंग पैटर्न टू फॉर्म अ कार्डियक मसल. Based on appearance, cardiac muscle are striated. They are involuntary in nature as the nervous system does not control their activity directly. Let us examine a skeletal muscle in detail to understand the structure and mechanism of contraction. Each organized skeletal muscle in our body is made up of number of muscle bundles or fascicles held together by a common collagenous connective tissue layer called fascia. Each muscle bundle contain a number of muscle fibers. Each muscle bundle contain a number of muscle fiber. Each muscle fiber is lined by plasma membrane. Each muscle fiber is lined by plasma membrane called sarcolemma, enclosing the sarcoplasm. Muscle fiber is the syncytium as the sarcoplasm contain many nuclei. Endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum that is sarcoplasmic reticulum of the muscle fiber is the storehouse of calcium ion. Sarcoplasmic reticulum of the muscle fiber is the storehouse of calcium ion. A characteristic feature of muscle fiber is presence of a large number of parallelly arranged filament in the sarcoplasm called myofilament or myofibrils. Each myofibril has alternate dark and light band. On it. A detailed study of myofibril has established that the straight appearance is due to distribution pattern of two important proteins. First one is actin and myosin. Second, the light band contain actin as it called I band or isotropic band, whereas dark band called A or anisotropic band contain myosin. Both the protein are arranged as rod-like structure parallel to each other and also to the longitudinal axes of the myofibrils. Actin filament are thinner as compared to the myosin filament, hence are commonly called thin and thick filament respectively. So myosin जो होगा thick होगा and actin thin होगा. Okay. In the center of each I band is an elastic fiber called Z-line which bisect it. The thin filament are firmly attached to the Z-line. The thick filament is A band are also held together in the middle of this band by a thin fibrous membrane called M-line. The A and I band are arranged alternately throughout the length of myofibril. The portion of the myofibril between two successive Z-line is considered as the functional unit of contraction and is called as sarcomere. In the resting state, the edge of thin filament on either side of thick filament partially overlap the free end of a thick filament, leaving the central part of thick filament. This central part of thick filament not overlapped by thin filament is called as H zone. Here is figure 20.2. that is diagrammatic representation of anatomy of muscle fiber showing of sarcomere and anatomy of muscle fiber, and B1 is a sarcomere. Okay, you can see here A band, I band, H zone, sarcomere and all. Okay, now 20.2.1 structure of contractile protein. So each actin thin filament is made up of 2F filamentous actin helically wound to each other. Each F actin is a polymer of a monomeric G globular actin. Two filament of another protein, trypomycium, also run close to the F filament throughout its length. A complex protein troponin is distributed at a regular interval of the of the tropomyosin. In the resting state, a subunit of troponin marks the active binding site for the myosin of the actin filament. Each myosin is thick. Filament is also a polymerized protein. Many monomeric protein called meromyosin. Many monomeric protein called meromyosin and constitute one thick filament. Each meromyosin has two important parts: a globular head with a short arm and a tail. A globular head with a short arm and a tail. The former begin called the heavy meromyosin HMM, and the latter the light meromyosin LMM. The heavy meromyosin HMM component, that is, the head and short arm project outward at a regular distance and angle from each other from the surface of a polymerized myosin filament and is known as cross arm. The globular head is an active ATPase enzyme and has a binding site for ATP and active site of actin. Troponin. We can see here the three small balls known as troponin, and that rope is known as tropomyosin, and that bigger ball known as F-actin. So now here in B, मायोसिन मोनोमर मेरोमायोसिन का डायग्राम है, एंड ये ऊपर का जो मतलब ऊपर का जो शेडेड पोर्शन है उसे एक्टिन बाइंडिंग साइट बोलता है, यानी नीचे का एटीपी बाइंडिंग साइट बोलता है. हेड है, ऊपर के जो शेडेड पोर्शन दिख रहे हैं वो हेड है, एंड जो नीचे क्रॉस आर्म दिखा है, ठीक है, वो अपन देख सकते हैं. नाउ हियर 20.2.2 मैकेनिज्म ऑफ मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. Mechanism of muscle contraction is the best example by the sliding filament theory, which states that contraction of muscle fiber takes place by the sliding of a thin filament over the thick filament. Muscle contraction is initiated by a signal sent by the central nervous system via a motor neuron. A motor neuron along with the muscle fiber connected to it constitute a motor unit. Junction between a motor neuron and a sarcolemma of a muscle fiber is called the neuromuscular junction or motor end plate. A neural signal reaching the junction release a neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which generate an action potential in the sarcolemma. This spreads through the muscle fiber and cause the release of calcium ion into the sarcoplasm. Increase in calcium 2+ level leads to the binding of calcium with a subunit of troponin on actin filament and thereby remove the masking of active site of myosin. Utilizing the energy from ATP hydrolysis, the myosin head now bind to the exposed active site on actin to form a cross bridge. Myosin head now bind to the exposed active sites on actin to form a cross bridge. Here actin filament, PADP, adenosine diphosphate, क्रॉस ब्रिज बन गया, फिर मायोसिन हेड अटैच हो गया, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ क्रॉस ब्रिज हो गया, फिर एडीपी से पी निकल गया, फॉस्फेट निकल गया, स्लाइडिंग एंड और रोटेशन हो गया, एंड ब्रेकिंग ऑफ क्रॉस ब्रिज हो गया, एटीपी साइड में गया, फिर से मायोसिन फिलामेंट आ गया। सेम कंटिन्यूस साइक्लिक प्रोसेस है। इसका नाम है स्टेज इन अ क्रॉस ब्रिज फॉर्मेशन, रोटेशन ऑफ हेड एंड ब्रेकिंग ऑफ द क्रॉस ब्रिज. So this figure pulls the attached actin filament toward the center of A band. The Z line attached to this actin are also pulled inward, thereby causing the shortening of sarcomere. That is contraction. It is a clear form of the above steps, that during shortening of muscle, that is contraction, the I band are get reduced, whereas the A band retain the length, and the myosin releasing the ADP and P1 goes back to its relaxed state. A new ATP binds and the cross bridge is broken. The ATP is again hydrolyzed by the myosin head and cycle of cross bridge formation and breakage is repeated, causing further sliding. The process continues till the calcium ion are pumped back to the sarcoplasmic crystalia, resulting in masking of actin filament. This causes the return of a Z line back to their original position, that is relaxation. A reaction time to the fiber can vary in different muscle. Repeated activation of muscle can lead to the accumulation of lactic acid due to anaerobic breakdown of glycogen in them, causing fatigue. Muscle contain a red colored oxygen storing pigment called myoglobin. Myoglobin content is high in some of the muscle, which gives a reddish appearance. Such muscles are called the red fiber. These muscles also contain plenty of mitochondria, which these muscles also contain plenty of mitochondria, which can utilize the large amount of oxygen stored in them for ATP production. These muscles therefore can also be called aerobic muscle. On the other hand, some of the muscle possess very less quantity of myoglobin and therefore appear pale or vanish. These are the white fiber. Number of mitochondria are also few in them, but the movement of sarcoplasmic reticulum is high. They depend on anaerobic process for energy. Skeletal system is consists of a framework of bone and a few cartilage. This system has a significant role in movement shown by the body. Imagine chewing food without jawbone and walking around without the limb bone. Bone and cartilage are specialized connective tissue. The former has a very hard matrix due to calcium salt in it, and the latter has slightly pliable matrix due to chondroitin salt. In human being, this system is made up of 206 bone. In human being, in human being, in human being, in human being, this system is made up of 206 bones and a few cartilage. It is grouped into two peripheral divisions, the axial and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton comprises 80 bones distributed along main axis of the body. The skull, vertebral column, sternum, rib constitute axial skeleton. A skull is composed of two sets of bones, cranial and facial. The two set of bones are cranial and facial, that totals to 22 bones. Cranial bones are 8 in number. They form the hard protective outer covering cranium for the brain. Cranial bone are 8 in number. They form the hard protective outer covering cranium for the brain. The facial region is made up of 14 skeletal elements which form the front part of the skull. A single U-shaped bone called hyoid is present at the base of buccal cavity, and it is called included in the skull. Each middle ear contains 3 tiny bones, macula, incus, stapes, collectively called Ear ossicle. Skull region articulate with the superior region of the vertebral column with the help of two occipital dicondylic skull. Our vertebral column is formed by 26 serially arranged units called vertebra and is dorsally placed. It extends from the base of the skull and constitutes the main framework of the trunk. Each vertebra has a central hollow portion, neural canal through which the spinal cord passes. First vertebra is the atlas and it articulates with the occipital condyle, and the vertebral column is differentiated into cervical 7, thoracic 12, lumbar 5, sacral 1 fused and coccygeal 1 fused region starting from the skull. The number of here we have some trick to remember cervical, thoracic and lumbar numbers, that is 7 12 5. ओके, जो 7 12 होता है ना खेतों में, वो ज़मीन का पूरा हिसाब किताब रहता है उसमें, उसको 7 12 कहते हैं. तो 7 12 5. ठीक है. 1 fused and coccygeal 1 fused region starting from the skull. The number of cervical vertebra are 7 in almost all mammals including human beings. The vertebral column protect the spinal cord, support the head and serve as the point of attachment for the rib and muscular ridge of back. Sternum is a flat bone on the ventral midline of thorax. जो sternum होता है वो होता है flat bone on the ventral midline of the thorax. जो टाई के जैसे अपन टाई लगाते गले को, वैसा रहता वो sternum. ठीक है. So now there are 12 pair of rib. Each rib is thin flat bone connected dorsally to the vertebral column and ventrally to the sternum. It has two articulation surface on its dorsal end and is hence called bicephalic. First 7 pair of rib are called true ribs, and dorsally they are attached to the thoracic vertebra and ventrally connected to the sternum and the help of hyaline cartilage. Now 8th, 9th and 10th pair of rib do not articulate directly with the sternum but join the 7th rib with the help of hyaline cartilage. These are called vertebrochondral false ribs. So last two pairs 11th and 12th of ribs are not connected ventrally and they are therefore called floating ribs. Thoracic vertebra, rib and sternum together form the rib cage. Thoracic vertebra, ribs and sternum together form the rib cage. Bone of limb along with their girdle constitute the appendicular skeleton. Bones of limb along with their girdle consist of appendicular skeletal. Each limb is made of 30 bones. And these bones of the hand, forelimb and humerus, radius and ulna. Carpal, which is wrist bone, 8 in number. Metacarpal palm bones, 5 in number. And phalangeus digits, 14 in number. So now figure 20.9. Femur, thigh bone, longest bone, tibia and fibula. Tarsal जो होता है ankle bone, the 7 in number. Metatarsal 5 in number. And phalangeus digit 14 in number are the bone of the leg, hind limb. Cup shaped bone called patella cover the knee ventrally kneecap, pectoral and pelvic girdle. Bones help in the articulation of upper and lower limb respectively with the axial skeleton. Each girdle is form of two halves. पेक्टोरियल माने ऊपर का, शोल्डर के तरफ का, एंड जो पेल्विक होता है मतलब कमर के नीचे वाला हिस्सा. ओके, ऐसे इजीली याद रख सकते हैं अपन. ईच girdle is a form of two halves. ठीक है. And each half of pectoral girdle consists of clavicle. Each half of pectoral girdle consists of clavicle and scapula. Scapula is a large triangular flat bone situated in the dorsal part of the thorax between the second and the 7th rib. Dorsal flat triangular body of scapula has a slightly elevated ridge called the spine, which projects as a flat, expanded process called acromion. Clavicle articulate with this. Below the acromion is a depression called glenoid cavity, which articulate with the head of the humerus and form the shoulder joint. Each clavicle is a long, slender bone with two curvature. This bone is called collar bone. Pelvic girdle consists of two coxal bones. Each coxal bone is formed by the fusion of three bones. Each coxal bone is formed by the fusion of three bones: ilium, ischium, and pubis. At the point of fusion of the above bone, at the point of fusion of above bones is a cavity called acetabulum, to which the thigh bone articulate. Acetabulum. Now the two half of pelvic girdle meet ventrally to form the pubic symphysis containing fibrous tissue. Two half of pelvic girdle meet ventrally to form a pubis symphysis connecting fibrous tissue. Joints 20.4. Joints are essential for all types of movement involving the bony part of the body. Locomotory movement are no exception to. Locomotory movement are not exception to this. Joints are point of contact between bones. जो joints होते हैं वो होते हैं contact. Joints are point of contact. Joints are point of contact between bones. जो जॉइंट्स होते हैं एक पॉइंट होता है कांटेक्ट का दो बोन के बीच में का, ठीक है, और बिटवीन बोन्स एंड कार्टिलेज. फोर्स जनरेटेड बाय द मसल्स इज यूज टू कैरी आउट मूवमेंट. जो फोर्स जनरेट होता है बाय द मसल इज यूज टू कैरी आउट movement through joint, where the joint act as a fulcrum. Joint act as fulcrum, and the movability at this joint vary depending on different factor. Joint have been classified into three major structural form, namely fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joint. So first, fibrous joint do not allow any movement, okay, and this type of joint is shown by the flat skull bone which fuse end to end with the help of dense fibrous connective tissue in the form of suture to form the cranium. Flat skull bone which fused end to end with the help of dense fibrous connective tissue in the form of suture to form cranium. In cartilaginous joint में क्या होता है? The bones involved are joined together with the help of cartilage. Bone involved are joined together with the help of cartilage. नाम ही पता है सब कुछ cartilage से joint होने वाला. And the joint between the adjacent vertebra is the adjacent vertebra का जो joint होता है vertebral column. Joint between adjacent vertebra in the vertebral column is of the pattern and it permits limited movement. Synovial joint देखेंगे, third one, last one. Synovial joints are characterized by the presence of a fluid-filled synovial cavity between the articulating surface of the two bones. Such an arrangement allows considerable movement. These joints help in locomotion and many other movement. Ball and socket joint between humerus and pectoral girdle. Pectoral ऊपर वाला, okay, humerus shoulder वाला pectoral, ठीक है. Hinge joint, knee joint. Hinge joint जो होता है वो knee joint होता है, ठीक है, पटेला वाला. Pivot joint जो होता है ना between atlas and axis, ठीक है. Gliding joint मतलब between the carpal, and saddle joint between the carpal and metacarpal, ठीक है. Metacarpal of thumb और of the some example of synovial joint. उसमें जो saddle joint था उसका example है between carpal and metacarpal of the thumb, ठीक है. So here now we are come on the last point 20.5 that is disorder of muscular and skeletal system. ठीक है. Myasthenia gravis, autoimmune disorder affecting neuromuscular junction, leading to fatigue, weakening and paralysis of skeletal muscle. Muscular dystrophy, progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle mostly due to genetic order. Progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle mostly due to the genetic disorder. Tetany, rapid spasms while contraction in muscle due to low calcium in body fluid. सीधे सीधे ध्यान में रखिए, लो कैल्शियम होता है बॉडी फ्लूइड में, रैपिड स्पाम होता है वाइल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होता है. ठीक है. रैपिड स्पाम इन मसल ड्यू टू लो कैल्शियम इन बॉडी फ्लूइड. कॉन्ट्रैक्शन मतलब हो नहीं पाता है ऐसा. आर्थराइटिस, इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ जॉइंट. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस मतलब एज रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर है. एज रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर कैरेक्टराइज बाय डिक्रीज बोन मास. एज रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय decreased bone mass and increased chance of fracture. Decreased level of estrogen is a common cause. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस जो है एज रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर है जो कैरेक्टराइज होता है डिक्रीज्ड बोन मास एंड इंक्रीज चांस ऑफ फ्रैक्चर. बोन मास डिक्रीज होने पर फ्रैक्चर तो इंक्रीज होना ही है चांसेस उसके. डिक्रीज लेवल ऑफ एस्ट्रोजन इन इज अ कॉमन कॉज. ओके. गाउट, लास्ट वन डिसऑर्डर. ओके. गाउट मतलब इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ जॉइंट ड्यू टू accumulation of uric acid crystal. Gout, inflammation of joint due to accumulation of uric acid crystal. Myasthenia gravis क्या था? Autoimmune disorder था. ठीक है. जो अफेक्ट करता है न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन, लीडिंग टू फैटिक फील होता है अपने को, वीकनिंग होता है, पैरालिसिस ऑफ स्केलेटल मसल हो जाता है. सो सेकेंड वन मस्कुलर डायस्ट्रोफी, प्रोग्रेसिव डीजनरेशन ऑफ स्केलेटल मसल मोस्टली ड्यू टू जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर. डीजनरेट स्केलेटल मसल. ठीक है. टिटैनी, रैपिड स्पाम होता है वाइल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. लो कैल्शियम होने की वजह से मतलब लो कैल्शियम इन बॉडी फ्लूइड मतलब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं हो पाता है. आर्थराइटिस मतलब इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ जॉइंट. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस एज रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर है. डिक्रीज बोन मास डिक्रीज तो फ्रैक्चर के चांसेस ऑब्वियसली इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे. एंड जो एस्ट्रोजन का डिक्रीज होने का जो लेवल है वो मतलब कॉमन है, कॉमन कॉज है. गाउट लास्ट वन है. इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ जॉइंट ड्यू टू एक्युमुलेशन ऑफ यूरिक एसिड क्रिस्टल. सो ये गाइस यहाँ पे अपना पूरा ख़त्म हो गया है लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट चैप्टर. ये समरी आप बाद में पढ़ लेना, एक्सरसाइज सॉल्व कर लेना, बहुत इजी है. सो फिर मिलते हैं ऐसे ही सीरीज़ लेके मिलते हैं. ठीक है. बाय गाइस, टेक केयर.